Alright, so let's cut out our door and windows. So to do that, we're going to need our box cutter and our straight edge. Basically, I just line the straight edge up. You might want to come in just a little bit from the edge so that you don't have a little flap hanging out. So you can go ahead and cut right into the foam. And then around these turns here, you're just going to have to freehand it a bit. I'm cutting in about 1/8 of an inch into the foam. You kind of use your finger to make that line a little bit more noticeable. Like I said, you can just freehand the corner cuts. If you need to, you can go ahead and mark where your lines are if they're kind of hard to see. That way you got something to line up with. Like I said, I'm cutting back about 1/8 of an inch back. Then you want to connect your lines, so if you kind of pull back a little bit, you'll see where your cuts are. You just connect them. Go ahead and mark your edges, just so you got a guide for your straight edge. I'm cutting back about 1/8 of an inch. Then I'm freehanding the cuts. And I'm going to go ahead and trace this out with a pen so I can see it better. Probably go ahead and do that here too. Trace your curve out with a Sharpie. That way you can actually see where you're cutting. You want to cut on the foam side. Alright, so I got a bit of a lip right along here, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that back, because we want the foam to actually stick out past the canvas some. So if you got any places that overhang a little bit, you want to go ahead and trim that back, because you don't want that to snag on something and lift up on the canvas. Alright, we're going to cut the window out. Let's go ahead and make some marks. So just make a mark right along the edge before your radiuses, and go ahead and mark out your radiuses as well. And you don't have to be real cautious with this. Just close. And kind of push down on the fabric to kind of highlight that radius for you. Kind of push down on that so you can see your radius. Just kind of give a nice ballpark there. Alright, now that we marked that out, go ahead and put our straight edge on. And we want to move it back just a little bit so that we're cutting into the foam back from the edge a little bit. I usually try and keep it about 1/8 of an inch or so. Again, just going to freehand this radius, come in about 1/8 of an inch. So you meet up with the other cut there. Don't worry about this kind of wooey stuff. It'll be all covered when you put your windows in. Alright, so then line up for your next cut. Come in about 1/8 of an inch on your radiuses. Line up for your next straight cut, making sure you come back about 1/8 of an inch. Alright, I'm just going to hand cut the radius, coming in about 1/8 of an inch from our witness mark. Alright. Oops. Alright, again you can see that we've come back a little bit from the edge, and that's to keep from snagging the canvas on something and lifting it off from the surface. Alright, so we're done doing that.